another episode of Sit and Spin with me, your host, Joe Royland. Today on the show, we're getting back in some hard rock again with the new record from the Dead Daisies, Make Some Noise. Now, the Dead Daisies been around for about 4 years now and started out as kind of an international collective of rock musicians with quite a pedigree between them. They were formed back in 2012, originally by kind of an Australian-American mix of people. You had John Stevens from Australia, who was the lead singer for the band Noiseworks and also briefly sang with INXS after Michael Hutchins' death. David Lowy on guitar, or Lowy, however you say it, sorry if I mispronounced it, who had been in the band Mink, and also an Australian, and also played with the Angels from Australia. Great band. Marco Mendoza on bass from Whitesnake and Thin Lizzy, Richard Fortus on guitar from Love Spit Love and Guns N' Roses, Dizzy Reed on keyboards from Guns N' Roses, and Brian Tichy on drums, who's a guy who's played with everybody from Whitesnake to Ozzy Osbourne, and the list goes on and on and on. And there's been a number of other people who have come throughout the band too. John Tempesta from The Cult on drums, Frank Ferrier from Guns N' Roses on drums, Charlie Drayton, who has played drums and bass and stuff for everybody from Keith Richards to the Divinals, and again, a long list of a CIV for him. Tommy Klesopus from Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie's band. But just a lot of stellar talent that's come through the band. About a year or two back, John Stevens left the band, and it was originally replaced by Bernard Fowler, who's another guy as a singer who has quite a list of people he's worked with. A lot of Rolling Stones related projects, particularly like Ron Wood, and he's also worked with people like guitarist Steve Soleil's, stuff I really like. And then Richard Fortus and Dizzy Reed, when it was announced that Guns N' Roses was going to be reuniting, going back on the road, those two guys left to go join back up for the touring band for them. And into the band came John Corabi as a great vocalist. You may know him from The Scream or Union, but probably his biggest name gig was he was the singer on the 1994 self-titled Mötley Crüe album. We did one record with him, but what a great record it was. And I just love John's gritty vocal style. And also, and another plus, on guitar coming into the band, Doug Aldrich from the bands Whitesnake and Dio and Revolution Saints, who we reviewed about a year back, and Lion. And as I said in that episode, I'll buy pretty much anything Doug Aldrich does because I really love his guitar playing. And that's been the band's current lineup pretty much since 2015, last year. And the band were also the first band to play Cuba after sanctions were lifted against that country. Excuse me. First band to play there and for a rock band quite some time. And the band has also been out on the road before, supporting the likes of Black Star Riders, Bad Company, Leonard Skinner, Def Leppard, and two other bands that definitely you can hear some influence on in these tracks, being Aerosmith and Kiss, who they're currently out on the road with, opening for the band on their Freedom to Rock tour. They have released a few albums so far, the self-titled album in 2013, the record Revolution in 2015, pardon me, I was getting distracted by the awesome guitar playing there, as well as their latest record, Make Some Noise, just this year, actually just a few weeks back, as well as the EPs Man Overboard in 2013 and Face I Love in 2015. The album was produced by Marty Fredrickson, who's a guy who also has a long list of working with quite a few people. And if you love old school, kick-ass, grab you by the naughty parts and make you feel really good, hard rock in the vein of groups like Aerosmith and Van Halen, as we previously mentioned, then you need to get you some Dead Daisies and start here. Definitely start with this album here. The album's opener, Long Way to Go, what you're hearing right now, definitely has a little bit of David Lee Roth era Van Halen feel to it, especially in the guitars at the beginning, as well as a little bit of the Angels from Angel City, which I can hear in there too. And the songs Freedom and Mainline have that kind of old school Van Halen vibe to them too. Last Time I Saw the Sun has a riff that's very reminiscent of Aerosmith's Drawn the Line, and would definitely do that band proud, as would the song All the Same. But you can drop the needle anywhere on this album if you have a record player, if you have a CD player, wherever you hit the next button. And any of the songs originals on this album are just solid rockin', from We All Fall Down, which is the track you hear now, Song and a Prayer, the anthemic title track, the swaggering Mine All Mine, and the smoking Barnstorming Freedom. All great stuff no matter where you go. And I say originals because there's 2 covers on this album as well. The first is a cover of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Fortunate Son, which, while the band do a great version of it, personally is just not my favorite Creedence Clearwater Revival song, mainly because it's so played out. Whenever somebody tends to do a cover of a Creedence song, it's Fortunate Son. So I wish if they were going to do a Creedence song, they could have done something else, but again, it's a personal minor quibble. It's just me personally. You might love it and think it's great because it is a really good version of the song, just not one I definitely felt like I needed to hear. I would have preferred another original from the band. Hey, that's okay. Like I said, personal minor quibble, very small. Other than that, the other track on this album that's cover is The Who's classic Join Together, which closes out the album in stellar crunchy form. And it's just an exceptional take on the song. The band truly make it their own, from John Corabi's gripping vocals to Doug Aldrich's great talk box effects on the song, which are really cool. But all in all, solid release from the Dead Daisies. Make some noise. Definitely want to go out and get this. You guys, the riff of the day. Some of you are probably familiar with this record, but if you're not, you're gonna like it. As well, any of you guys else out there and girls too who like good rock, definitely want to get it. Now, a few weeks back on the show, I was talking about how there was a record I wanted to get but couldn't get that week to review because I wanted it on vinyl and they didn't have it and I had to order it. And that was this album, in case you hadn't figured that out. And I opted for the vinyl mainly because it was only a few dollars more than the CD. Comes with a copy of the CD too, and is on this really nice, I didn't open it up yet, I'm not going to because I don't want to get my fingerprints all over the album, but really nice embossed cover. You can't really tell in this video, you can kind of see it there. The gatefold package is really sweet. The inner sleeves have all the lyrics to the songs, and it comes on this super cool red vinyl. Love it. So definitely a bonus and well worth getting the vinyl if that's an option to you. I mean, hell, even if you want just a CD, well, buy the vinyl because it's such a cool package for a few bucks more. But if not, just go out and get the CD because it's great. And that's the show this week. Hopefully, maybe you'll get a chance to catch the band on tour as well if you happen to go see them opening for Kiss. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that myself, but we'll see. But that's it. Go out and get yourself a copy of the Dead Daisies, make some noise, and crank that fucker up loud because it's great. We will catch you next time on Sit and Spin. See you then.